A couple of days ago, I put out a video where I repaired the wiper linkage on my Fiat Panda 100 HP. I also found the source of the, sorry, my logo was not in the middle there, and it's really annoying. I don't even care what the logo is, but that was bugging me. Yeah, I also looked into a footwell water leak, but that's by the by. The wiper thing has led me to sort of think about an interesting conundrum, an interesting thing, and it's basically this. I had a few messages in the comments, nice messages, people saying, "Oh, it's lovely to see someone actually repairing a car, not just throwing a part at it," And yeah, I agree, and that's lovely. Thank you very much. And I agree, it's nice to repair things. I am a believer of the right to repair movement, if you like. And yes, it is. It is good to repair things. So the issue I had on the Panda the other day was I was doing some work clearing the scuttle drains because they were blocked and it was leaking. And while I was doing that, I found that the wiper linkage, which is a really simple design with a motor and two oscillating spindles, it's held together by a selection of ball joints, plastic ball joints. And one of these plastic ball joints at some point in the past had failed because it's a, how old is it? 16-year-old car with 100,000 miles on it. These things don't last forever. And I repaired it. I removed what was left of the ball joint. I removed the old bodge that someone had put in it, which was just a long coach bolt. And yeah, I welded in a ball and socket. And basically, the short story is it worked. Lovely. And then I refitted it. Which is an odd thing to do in this day and age on a car, especially a car from 2009. Now, when you get a car repaired, I can speak about this from the point of view of being a mechanic. I run my own business, and I can speak on it. I can speak on behalf of a customer because I have been a customer before, and I deal with customers here. And there are two ways that the service has to make sense. Two parties it has to make sense for. A repair on a car has to make sense for the customer. It has to be viable. It has to be affordable. It has to work. It has to be a repair that you effect and it works on the car and it lasts. So it's not going to last forever, but it has to last a decent amount of time. Similarly, it has to work for the mechanic, for the business, for the garage. It has to, because there's no point doing it if it doesn't. It's a repair that has to be done. You're earning money for it. You're earning money by deploying expertise that you have honed over many, many years, and someone is paying you for those expertise. And it's the same with any trade, plasterer, electrician, plumber, whatever. They're paying you for the expertise. There has to be an element of certainty is the wrong word, but there has to be a kind of a catalogue, a broad catalogue that everyone can adhere to. So that's why you have things like book times, labour prices, things like that, just to give, so that jobs are roughly about, a clutch change on a Fiesta is £400, say. So it's roughly £400 in most places. It will depend on their hourly rate as to what the actual price ends up being. So people like to have a little bit. It's not certainty. I would never, in my garage, I'd never give someone a quote. A quote is something you have to stick to. Well, I couldn't do that. But I give estimates. So they're going to be in this kind of ballpark. But when you work on old cars, things can pop up. Things can change. Now, the thing with the Panda is that while it's very nice to repair the wiper linkage and do that kind of thing, if you've got a car that's in for repair like that, and the wiper linkage on a Panda, I found them on eBay for about 35 quid. A complete new, that's what I mean, 35 quid. A complete new part with, new rods, new linkages, new motor and everything like that. Obviously not a genuine Fiat part, so it's not going to be as good as the original part, but it was a new working part. Now, would a garage in their right mind opt to repair the old one or fit a new one? I mean, even if they charged the customer 70 quid, even if they doubled their money, I mean, some of them do. I'm not going to say I'm one of them, but some garages do. They will, double the margin. Which one makes more sense? Because my hourly rate is £88 because I live in the south of England and everything is hellishly expensive. And some garages around here are even more, and some of them are even less. I'm more of a specialist, so you wouldn't use me to change the clutch on a Fiesta because it would take me longer than the book time. And at £88 an hour, it would be an expensive job. There's no point. Take it to some other normal geezer up the road. I have a particular line of sort of cars that I work on. But for a normal garage who's going to work on the Panda, say a customer takes them their Panda and it's got a floppy wiper, how long did it take me to repair that? I mean, looking at the timestamp that's on the videos earlier on, I think it was 40 minutes. Which you think, oh, that's great, 40 minutes, that's quick. That's not bad, is it? No, it's not. No, if it was a Saturday afternoon or a Saturday morning, you get it done and then have lunch and still be able to watch the football. It's great. But for a business, it doesn't work, because at £88 an hour, half an hour would be £44. So 40 minutes is going to be, my maths are terrible, but it's going to be about 52 or something like that, maybe a little bit more, 58. Someone write in the comments. Well, that's more than the new part. Say you've got a new part for 50 quid, right? So the garage is being fair. They bought it for 35, so they're going to sell it to you for 50 because they're covering their time spent finding it and sourcing it, procuring it, whatever. So they sell it to you for 50 quid. They replace it for 50 quid. So it's 100 quid, okay? For that 100 quid, you have a brand new part. All the linkages, all the ball joints are brand new. On mine, they're not. One of them is like massively over the top, over-engineered now because it's got a metal ball joint in it. And the others are all the same 2009 Fiat Panda ball joints that were on it before. It's just that the weakest ones failed first. If you're a garage and you repair someone's part like that, when you can buy them, when the next one could fail next week. And what's going to happen? The customer is going to come back to the garage and go, my wiper's broken again, you fixed it. And the garage, you put all that time into fixing it and having, charging out the labour and everything, now have to lose that because they can't charge the customer again to take it all apart and find out what's happened. If it's their repair that failed, well, then they can't charge anything. You've got a warrant under that on warranty. A customer could turn around and say, well, why didn't you just replace it? I've taken you're the expert, not me. Why didn't you replace it? I mean, some parts, some cars you can't buy them. If you own a Citroen C5, good luck. But with a Fiat Panda, you can buy the part. So, as nice as it is to say, oh yeah, we should repair more and everything, and it's more satisfying to watch something being repaired and brought back to life. But there's a reason why it doesn't happen, and it's that it makes no sense. A customer is going to drive away, and if it fails again, well, they're not going to know. They're not going to know about cars. They've just bought their Fiat Panda in because the wipers started playing up. So they're not going to know about it. The garage has spent nearly what it would have cost to supply and fit a brand new one to the customer's car. And if there's a failure and they've repaired it, it's on the garage. If they fit a new one and the part fails, it's covered by warranty. For the first 12 months, they can put in a warranty claim for the labour. They can, they'll push it onto the factor or part supplier that sold them the part, and the part supplier will then look to recoup that from the manufacturer. I mean, to be honest, if it's a big customer to the factor and it's a big motor factor, they'll just pay them. They're not going to faff about for 35 quid or whatever the part cost looking into a warranty claim. They'll just settle the claim, if they think it's fair. And it's pretty obvious if it is a fail, isn't it? It's pretty obvious if it is a warranty part. Whereas if you repair it yourself, you are the warranty part. You are, as a garage, you're the warranty. So the customer has a used part still with one brand new bit on it, and they've paid nearly as much as they would have done, to have a brand new part. And that's not... Nobody's wrong. It's not a conspiracy. It's not they're trying to stop us from repairing things. The cars are built with these plastic parts and with, parts that are harder to repair on modern cars than they were on old cars. And it's not to stop us repairing them. It's because it's cheaper to build them. Every car out there is a product of profiteering. Every manufacturer is trying to maximize profits. If you can put a wiper motor or wiper linkage together with plastic clips that just go clip, done. Put the rubber washer in there when you're putting it together in the factory in Poland, which is where the 500 and Panda are made, and you just clip it together, done. If you have to use a nut and a bolt, it's heavier, it costs more, and it takes longer to put it together. That's why they do it. Old cars, people work on old cars and repair old cars more. Yes, they do. And the reason they do that is because on old cars, 9 times out of 10, it's nuts and bolts to start with. It's something that is repairable, and it's not repairable because it's designed to be serviceable. I mean, some parts are points and grease points on trunnions and things like that. But a lot of parts on those cars are just put together because that's the technology of the day. That's how parts were put together. Now, well, they wouldn't do that because they've got quicker, cheaper ways of doing it. Cheaper way to do it is to print out a load of, injection mold a ton of plastic parts and just go snap, 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 clip them together. Done. Assemble it all in a jig, and then a robot puts it in the car, and it takes seconds. That's how things are done. That's why cars, if it's a part that you can't get anymore, fine. But 9 times out of 10, the reason why people don't repair parts on cars is because it just isn't worth it. It's not viable. It makes no sense. Garage has to put themselves at a higher risk when they do it, and a customer ends up probably going back to the garage because the part that got repaired didn't get repaired. Well, not that it didn't get repaired properly, but it ends up failing down the future. Will my Fiat Panda wiper linkage that I did in the video could, one of the next plastic ones could, one of the other plastic ones, could fail coming up, in the next few months. I don't think it will, but it could. I did a wiper. I haven't filmed it in that video, but I did the window regulator last night as well. And I joined the Fiat Panda Owners Club group thing, 100 HP group on Facebook, and someone said, "Oh, it's probably just a clip." And it's like, well, if you just ordered a clip and then you took the door card off and found out that it wasn't the clip, which is what I did, well, who's paying for that time? The car ends up sitting around because you've got to wait longer to get a window regulator. Look at it from the point of view of the garage. And then when the car comes and when the part comes and you go to fit it and you find out the part's only 35 quid or something, which a window regulator was about 35 quid, why would you faff about buying the clip? Just change the whole thing. That's the kind of economy we're in. We have a lot of cheap parts. There are a lot of cheap parts out there because parts are cheaper to make. The only parts that are stupidly expensive still are either very low volume specialist stuff or electronics. Everything else is pretty cheap. The whole industry, we've got it nailed down. Everything's quite cheap to buy these days, relatively speaking. But yeah, that includes Fiat Panda wiper motors and window regulators. So that's why people do it. But it is nice, isn't it? It's nice to fix something. It's nice to take something that's broken and fix it. So if you enjoy that kind of thing, boom, there's a video. I've repaired a wiper linkage on a modern car. Would I do it again? Well, if it was a customer's car, no. If someone had brought me their Fiat Panda and said, "Can you do that?" I'd have said, "No, I'll just buy a new one." And that's why. But it's not. It's my car. So I welded a metal gear linkage ball joint thing onto it and massively over-engineered it. And someone will own that. Someone will win that car at the end of January because it is up for raffle. And tickets are £1. It is, we're about 2 weeks away from the draw now. It will be drawn live online. We'll be on a live stream when it gets drawn, like we did with last year. Last year with the C4, that VTS that I did. And someone gets to own that repaired wiper linkage. And when it fails, they can let me know, and I'll do a little video going, "Look, it lasted that long."